and welcome to This Is My Show, a show where I ask an esteemed guest about 21 questions in 15 minutes. They may use all the time to answer one question, or they may not even answer any of the question. Who knows? The format is very loose, okay? I'm your host, John Yabes, and on today's episode, oh, by God, you may have seen this guy's food reviews. He's a super nice dude. John Liu is with us today. So, without any further ado, let's get this interview going. Let's kick it over to interview Yabes. All right. Hi, everybody. We're here with John Liu. Hi, John.
Hello, hello.
These are not questions included, but thank you for being on. How you doing?
I'm doing great. Things are a little busy in a good way, so we're getting there. Cheers.
Cheers, cheers. All right. Well, John, he knows all the rules, so he's ready to go. The one last exempt question. John, are you ready?
Oh yeah, let's do it.
All right. I'm putting the timer up, and here we go. All right, John, first question. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Yep, I'm Filipino Chinese, first generation immigrant. I'm a stand-up comic for about 3 years and change now. Having a lot of fun out here in Orange County, California. And I love food, obviously. I love anime, I love toys, comic books, all the nerdy stuff. That's me in a nutshell.
All right, excellent intro, John. Next question. What is your favorite movie?
Oh, the first answer that comes to mind, Princess Bride. Princess Bride, great movie, all-time classic.
True, yeah. Would you like a peanut? Right. Next question. What's your favorite TV show?
Oh, that's a little harder. I'm a big fan of The Simpsons, the Futurama. If I had to say though, yeah, I'd say Futurama, especially the early seasons. Classic stuff.
How do you feel about the new season? Have you watched it?
I have watched a lot of it. It's a little too topical, but still good, still quality. I'm not complaining,
All right. Well, the more of your favorite thing is never a bad thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Next question. What's your favorite animal?
Dogs. Any kind of dog, the larger the better.
Awesome. I'm a dog man too.
Yeah.
Next question. What's your favorite food?
Ooh, okay. I'm just gonna say right up front is sushi. Sushi is my favorite food. The fresher the fish, the better. There's no particular one that comes to mind. I like it all. But I love fresh fish. I love the way they do the rice, especially if it's done with a little bit of wasabi on it. Perfect. Sushi, favorite food. Final answer.
All right. I'm a raw fish man myself. Next question. What's your favorite video game?
Ooh. Okay. I have to choose just one? That's hard. Okay.
It's fine.
I'm a big fan of the Persona RPG series. Persona 3, 4, 5 in particular. 1 and 2 are great. If I had to narrow it down a little more, I would have to say either Persona 3 or Persona 4. Persona 5 is good, but the story beats for 3 and 4 are so much more impactful. So you better believe I'm buying that re-release when it comes out.
Gotcha. That's the game where the kids shoot themselves, right?
Yep, Persona 3 to be specific.
All right.
Yeah.
Next question. Who's your favorite celebrity?
Favorite celebrity? Rest in peace, Steve Irwin. Does that count in memoriam? Or do they need to be alive?
No.
Steve Irwin, yeah. Great role model, family man, loved what he did, super enthusiastic, super sincere, and he believed in a great cause too. He did a lot of good while he was alive. And just the story about what when he passed, he said it was even in the end, he is a good dude. Steve Irwin, number one in my book, for reals.
Awesome. Yeah, his kids are pretty good people too, from what I've seen.
Yeah, the family's following in their footsteps, and that's the thing. Even his family life is so wholesome. You know,
Yeah,
it's just one of those things.
awesome. All right. Next question.
Mm-hmm.
What's your favorite place?
Favorite place? Oh, oh, that's a good one. That's a good one. There's a lot of places that I like. Um, oh shoot, I keep thinking of many things. Like as hokey as it sounds, I'm happy wherever my wife is. You know, when we're I'm married and I'm happy wherever my wife is. When we're together, you get to spend time together. That's great. Um, I love the beach. I live about 3 miles from the beach. Any beach is nice, but preferably one where there's not too many people. Um, like that. God, so many places, so many places. Let's just yeah, let's go with the beach. I do like the beach. Huntington's nice. Back in the Philippines, Boracay was beautiful, and I'd love to go back. Nice sense of peace, clear water, beautiful scenery. Yeah, let's go with that. Let's go with Boracay and the beach.
All right. It's wholesome in the beginning there. Next question. What's your favorite song?
Ooh, oh God. Okay. The first one that comes to mind was, and this is a guilty pleasure, and it's a very specific song, not the artist, the song. Okay, because Ed Sheeran wrote it, someone else performed it. So I'm putting up a lot of disclaimers to say "Love Yourself" by Justin Bieber. That's
Hey,
one of my little guilty pleasures.
no, that's
Um,
that's a good one.
yeah. Close second is probably um song that played at my wedding. Find Yourself. I believe I can't. No, not Find Yourself. I can't remember who sang it all of a sudden. I want to say it's not Rascal Flats. I can't remember. My God, but yeah, from Cars, from Disney's Cars.
Oh,
You know,
okay. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
that's yeah. So I like those two. Um, and then Bohemian Rhapsody by Queen is a big one. Love that one. That always gets me pumped whenever I need to like a little extra push when I'm working out or exercising. Just put on Bohemian Rhapsody and call it a day. Lose myself for 10 minutes. So
Well,
I'd say those are my top three.
there you go. Very introspective. Awesome. uh, hey, John, do you have a
Yes,
favorite musician or band?
I'm musician or band. I'm very fond of Queen, classic rock. Uh, who, ooh, I haven't been really keeping up with music. Queen, who else? Oh my gosh, I'm drawing from the nerdier side of things. Jam Project. Like I said, I'm a big anime fan, and the J-pop thing. Jam Project's up there. They did a whole bunch of anime themes and stuff, so they're also great. Who else? I'm drawing a blank. Uh, Man, I'm trying to think because there's a ton of there's ironically there's a few rappers that I enjoy too. Eminem. Let's see who Eminem's always classic, a good answer. Um, Tupac. Tupac while he was alive, before he died. The post-mortem albums, I'm good, but Tupac while he was in his prime, can't
Gotcha.
complain at all.
Well,
Yeah, yeah.
I feel like there's always a reason there's unreleased tracks.
Yeah. Yeah.
uh,
Yeah.
excellent. Awesome. Uh,
Hmm.
next question. Um, what was the most, in fact, sorry, what's the most impactful life lesson you've learned?
Uh, be present. Try not to think too much. Just don't worry about anything. Um, the most really be happy with what you have. Comparison is the thief of joy, and it's still something I'm trying to learn. I've got a lot of blessings, and if I keep focusing on what I don't have, it's not good for me. So just be happy, be present. That's that. I would say that's the most impactful.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Awesome. Um, what's the funniest thing to you?
Funniest thing. This is gonna sound so bad, but I love watching outtakes from skateboard or ski jumps, kind of like the Jackass stuff. Basically, anything where anyone gets hit, slapstick. You know what I'm talking about when they slip and hit the rail in the, you know.
No, yeah,
I'm a big fan of physical comedy, the Three Stooges, all that stuff. So Wild Boys, Jackass, especially some of the you know, not the skits where they're pretending, but just like when they're messing around, that sort of thing.
No, people getting hurt is always class. What's the most fun thing to do?
The most fun thing to do. Good question. If the first thing that comes to mind is just having a good meal with friends and family, just going out, hanging out, eating, you know, drinking good food, and a place where you can just chill and hang out. Another fun thing to do. You and I are both stand-up comics. I love getting up on stage. I love having a good set. I mean, even bad sets have their value, but if I'm having a great set on stage and just absolutely crushing, that's absolutely fun. You know, and from the opposite too. Yeah. And on the opposite side too, if you're watching a great comic on stage, just delivering great jokes and having a great set, it's wonderful. Comedy is one of those involuntary reflexes. When you laugh, you can't control it. It just happens. And that's a good time.
Awesome. People succeeding and your friends.
Mm-hmm.
Amazing. All right. So now, John, the rest of these questions are more directed towards what I know about you. All
right.
Don't worry.
Yep.
None of these are controversial.
Unless I make it so.
Yeah, that's true. You can do whatever you want.
This is fair.
So, John, how's it like being a Filipino proficient Chinese man?
It's interesting. I spent most of my childhood growing up in the Philippines. I came to the US as a teen, and it's weird because I'm surrounded by Filipino culture, but my family's Chinese, so we still had some of the traditions. I identify more as Filipino culturally than I do Chinese because, you know, when I got married, my wife was like, "That's not a Chinese tradition. What the hell are you talking about?" You know, so I did a lot of learning. It's interesting to see more, like, so many different perspectives as a Filipino from the Philippines, as a Filipino American, as a Chinese person grew up in the Philippines, as a Chinese American, and now a little bit of both. I'm pretty whitewashed. I'm pretty Americanized as things go. So just to be able to take into account different perspectives, it's fascinating because, you know, it makes me think a lot more about what's my perspective, what am I seeing here, how should I interpret this. So, you know, it makes me think a lot about where I am and try to figure out, you know, how do people see me? How do people see the world? And try to accommodate accordingly.
Excellent. I always feel exposing yourself. Not a good choice of words. I meant like being multicultural.
Right.
Always shapes you as a better person, for sure.
Yeah.
Amazing answer, John.
Yeah.
Right. Next question. John, you do food reviews. What's your best restaurant recommendation right now?
Oh. Okay, so you heard me talk about sushi earlier. My best restaurant recommendation is probably going to be, there's a number of sushi places all over the place. There's one that I really very much enjoyed, and it's this place in Huntington Beach. I don't know if I can plug their names, but I'm just gonna say it, Fisherman's Table. The place itself is really good, but it's really, you know, it's a microcosm of all the things that I'm looking for in a restaurant. Unique food, good taste, great value, great service, great portions. Everything about it was just absolutely fantastic. I haven't done a review on this place yet because this is the other part. It's really small and really intimate. When you're there, the rest of the world is gone. It's just you and your food and whoever you're with. And you're going on this little adventure of tasting all these little different things. So everything is a novelty. That is, to me, is what makes a place great. And this place absolutely embodies all that. The guy that owns it and runs it, he's a fisherman through and through. So he knows, he's personally choosing, he's curating all the selections. So that's a lot of praise, but that's also something I look for in general in any restaurant I go to. That said, I will make a quick caveat because there are some mom and pop places that specialize in only one thing. Like, and when I was in Taiwan, there's this little place in a market. It's a food stall. They don't even have a separate brick and mortar location. And all they serve are these rice noodles in a clear broth with some sides. And it's tremendous. But it's the same thing. Every restaurant is someone's dream. Every restaurant is someone's ambition and their passion. So if your food reflects that, that's going to be the best thing you're looking for in a restaurant.
Wow. Well put. That's why you are a food reviewer. Check out his reviews, people.
Thank you. Thank you for the plug.
No worries. All right, John. We've got about a minute left.
Yep.
I got one last question here.
Yep.
John, you're a classically clean comedian. Are you ever tempted to be dirty?
Oh, absolutely. Long story short, yes. Some subject matters cannot be approached clean. Maybe a better comedian than I can do it, but I can't. Some things I can't approach without approaching adult topics, adult language, especially if I'm trying to stay true to the events that inspired the bit. For example, I do some things that that are not considered clean, but I always try to start clean because I can apply it everywhere. But it also depends, just as well as I do, probably better, that some places do require a little bit of that shock value to get the crowd on your, crowd's attention. So it's something that I'm working on. And there are some things, because there's some places I can't do dirty comedy. Some places just won't fly with clean. So, and I want as many tools in my belt as I can.
That's, those places are also the pits. So
yeah.
I've always believed clean is harder. But that's just me. Anyways, John, I don't know if that was 21 questions, to be honest, but you answered them.
Cheers.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Done it. This was an amazing interview. Thank you so much for your time, John.
Yeah, likewise, John.
No worries. Very thoughtful answers you provided. Where can people find you?
Facebook, Instagram, Liu Gotta Be Kidding Me. Same thing with YouTube. I perform all over Orange County, making my way to LA, a little bit of San Diego, Inland Empire. Come out and find me wherever you can. I do have a link tree also. It's also Liu Gotta Be Kidding Me. Liu, then Gotta Be Kidding Me. And hopefully come out to our shows for both me and John. So, yeah.
Well, folks, find John on social media. Go to his shows. They're an amazing time. Once again, thanks again, John, for your time. And thanks, everybody.
Cheers. Thank you, John.
No worries. Hey, maybe you want to see someone on the show. Or maybe you have a question you want me to ask someone on the show. Or maybe you want to be in the show. Go ahead and email thisismyshow1@gmail.com.